Her brother pulled out the designer purse he had bought with borrowed money and handed it to the woman. He said if she still didn't like it, he'd think of another way. Looking at the sincere concern in their eyes, the woman's heart softened. She immediately thanked her brother and told him not to waste money buying things for her again. Her mother and brother instantly felt like she had become a completely different person. Soon, her brother prepared a huge table full of food. Not only did the woman not complain, she even praised the food for tasting delicious. Then she asked her mother and brother to sit down and eat first, while she headed into the kitchen to show off her own cooking skills. She wanted them to try her cooking too. After saying that, she turned and walked into the kitchen. But the moment she left, the debt collectors suddenly showed up at the door. They claimed the woman owed them $5 million. One of them even raised a beer bottle, ready to smash it over her brother's head. Right at that moment, the woman walked out of the kitchen. With a gentle flick of her finger, the bottle in the thug's hand instantly shattered into pieces. The men were then blasted to the ground by an invisible force. And this entire scene happened to be witnessed by the CEO standing at the doorway. Very soon, the thugs were so intimidated by the woman's overwhelming aura that they no longer dared to act tough. Still, they left behind a vicious warning, saying if they didn't see $5 million within 3 days, her whole family would suffer the consequences. After saying that, they fled in panic. The woman helped her mother up from the floor and checked her pulse. That was when she realized her mother's body had long since been completely drained. She was surviving purely through sheer willpower. Only by finding the spiritual treasure known as the bronze drum and refining spiritual water could she completely cure her mother's illness. To put the two of them at ease, the woman said she'd handle the debt herself. That's when she suddenly remembered her food was about to burn. She hurried back to the kitchen, leaving her mother and brother standing there, staring at each other in disbelief. Meanwhile, the CEO outside the door was filled with curiosity about the woman, but he didn't recklessly walk in. Instead, he silently turned around and left. After all, the town wasn't very big. If they were meant to meet again, fate would bring them back together. But what he never expected was for that day to come so soon. The very next day, the woman set out to make money. She asked her brother to take her to the antique market. Even though her powers were far weaker than before, her instinct for identifying treasures was still intact. As long as she could find a few spirit-infused artifacts, making enough money to pay off the debt would be easy. Since her brother only had $100 on him, she headed straight for the cheapest paintings and calligraphy stall.